Dungeon crawlers have a formula they mostly stick to. We get a party with diverse yet complementing abilities together, we go down into a dungeon, kill things and take their treasure. But some of those monsters are dangerous, and although you work together you don't have to risk getting hurt, do you? And also, if we're going to collect treasure, I might as well make sure I've got the most right. I'm Rob from JTRpodcast.com. I'm going to show you how to play Dungeon Raiders 2018 edition. This is a game for 3 to 5 players, plays in about 30 minutes, is designed by Phil Walker Harding and is published by Devere Games. You play as a hero raiding a dungeon, team up with your friends and backstab them when appropriate to leave the dungeon with the most treasure, but not the most wounds. To set up, choose a random boss, the one with the green back cards, without looking at it and place it face down, return the rest to the box. Shuffle the room cards, return 6 to the box without looking and put the rest on top of the boss. Shuffle the level cards, those with torches, and return 2 to the box without looking. Put the item cards in 4 face-up piles of their type next to a pile of coins and wounds. Give each player a set of cards numbered 1 to 5. Shuffle the heroes and deal 1 randomly to each player. Players take the items shown on the bottom of their hero card. For example, the thief starts with 2 gold, a key and 2 wounds. Flip the top card of the level deck and lay out 5 dungeon cards in the order shown, red face down and green face up. For example, this level has the first 2 room cards face up and the next 3 face down. And at any time a player can discard a torch card from their hand back to the supply in order to look at any of those face down room cards secretly. Now we go into the first phase, enter the room. Look at the leftmost room, if it's face down, flip it face up. The second phase is play cards. Players choose an item or power card from 1 to 5 from their hand and put it face down, then all players reveal simultaneously. Most items are room specific, but the crystal ball can be played in any room. Players that play the crystal ball now discard it to the supply and choose a second card to play from their hand, now they have seen the other player's cards. And if multiple players play a crystal ball at the same time, they reveal their new cards simultaneously. Now you go on to the next phase, which is resolve the room, and that will depend on the type of room revealed. Treasure. The player that played the highest card wins. A key can be played as a value 5 only for a treasure room. If there are any ties, the gold is shared evenly and any extra is discarded to the supply. If there's not enough gold to go around all the players, then nobody gets any. If a second chest is in a room, the next highest played card or cards claims the gold with ties worked out in the same way. A player can hold a maximum of 20 gold. Monster. If a total value of all cards played meets or exceeds the monster strength for the player count, nothing happens, discard it and move on. A sword can be played as a value 5 only for a monster. If the total is below, the player or players that played the lowest power card gains a number of wounds as shown on the card. For example, the goblin gives each player that played the lowest card 2 wounds. Vault. Each player gains the reward equal to the power card they played. For example, in this vault, if you play a 4, you gain a sword card. If you select gold, gain the number of coins shown. Lose a wound if you pick up a potion. Some potions are double potions which allow you to lose 2 wounds. Return wounds to the supply. And if it shows an item, you take it from the supply. If there is not enough left in the supply for everyone who needs one to get one, then nobody gets one. Trap. These will punish the player with the most gold or fewest wounds by costing them gold or giving them wounds depending on the highest card played. For example, the lava trap will cost the player with the most gold up to 3 gold depending on the highest card played by all players. Gold is returned to the supply. A spike trap will give the players with the fewest wounds up to 2 wounds in the same way. The fourth phase is discard the room. Discard the current room card. Any items played are returned to the supply. Players keep their played cards face up and go back to phase 1, enter the room, going into the next room. If the final room in the level is complete, players take back their power cards, the level card is discarded and a new room card is set up for the next level in the level deck. The final card in the 5th and final level will be the boss. For a boss, use the same rules as fighting a monster, but the boss ability is resolved. For example, the vampire not only deals 1 damage, but takes 2 gold from any player it attacked. The necromancer deals 2 damage to the attacked players, but players can play a crystal ball to run away, not contributing to the combat total, but also remain free from being attacked. The effects of the bosses are listed in the rulebook, and after the boss is resolved, the game ends. In a 3-player game, the single player with the most runes outright cannot win the game. In a 4 or 5 player game, the player or players with the most runes can't win, unless that's everyone, in which case everyone can still win. The winner is the player with the most coins, with the tiebreaker the player with the fewest wounds. And that's Dungeon Raiders, a simultaneous action selection hand management game. Please like this video if you found it useful, share it to let others know about it, and subscribe to the channel for more how to play videos as well as other board game related content. You can find me on Twitter at JTRpodcast and find the blog and the podcast at jtrpodcast.com. I've been Rob, aka Jesta ThaRogue. Until next time, keep on raiding those dungeons.